are one of the players that they say is the toughest to challenge in 2K.
To be honest, I haven't really had a lot of competition.
On this week's episode of NBA 2K TV, we have an interactive special where you guys have the chance to win tons of VC.
Blame it on the night. Don't blame it on me. Don't blame it on me. Another one. Another one. DJ Khaled.
Tune in now.
The 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson, welcoming you to the NBA on 2K Sports. Excited, thrilled to be here with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. I'm so lucky. Tonight, we'll see the Toronto Raptors as they play against the Detroit Pistons. Well, for Detroit, they need some wins to start adding up here in a hurry. More or less half the season behind us, and they are still struggling to prove they can contend. And if you've been watching this team play lately, you know who they've been getting the big baskets from? Freak! He's been on a tear. How's he gotten so hot?
He's not forcing the shot, but he's still being aggressive, and he always testing his defender. And he's, you know what, Ernie? He smells that barbecue chicken down there. You can't guard this man one-on-one. Well, lick your fingers. The barbecue chicken is hot and crispy.
You're making me.
We are live from the Palace of Auburn Hills for this Eastern Conference battle featuring the Pistons here in Detroit. And this game marks the start of a road trip here for the Raptors. These guys are hot, no doubt about it, continuing to put up win after win.
Well, this team is a lot of fun to watch. Everything seems to be going their way, but they're making their own breaks now. They're taking advantage of situations and opportunities, but they're doing everything right at both ends of the floor.
Yeah, and they've been putting on a clinic. I mean, as fun to watch as any other team in the league. And with the calls and bounces that have gone their way, you really get the sense that this is their time.
So let's take a look at the Toronto Raptors starting lineup. Freak, he's in at shooting guard. He's out there with Derrick Rose. Jonas Valanciunas is out there with DeRozan. And it's Sloan in at the 4. Jackson misses. Rose attacking a baseline J, and he connects with the jumper. Rose has got the first points up on the board for the Raptors. Toronto on defense, coming into this having notched a win against the Rockets in their last game.
You know, they played well enough to win, but to be honest with you, I just felt like their opponent's defensive performance was shaky at best.
Yeah, I'd go along with that, Greg. I mean, the game wasn't handed to them, but they definitely didn't have to work as hard for it as they should have.
Toronto with the ball. Last time they met was in Toronto.
A huge margin of victory for them when these two teams squared off last, and they got scoring from up and down their lineup.
Yeah, the reserves, the guys coming off the bench, Greg, made their presence felt. And, of course, with their big lead, they were able to give the bench a lot of run.
Jennings in the corner. Takes a big high bounce and goes in. And we're about a minute and a half into the first quarter. Rose passes to Freak. The tray. That's no good. Misses his first shot of the night. The Pistons have gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. Outside Jennings. Back to Johnson. Here's Mann. And it's Sloan with the rebound.
That's now 4 misses on their first 5 attempts. Still trying to find the rhythm and flow here offensively.
And here we go. Fast break. Jennings has got it. And Andre Drummond, the bucket on the assist by Jennings.
Well, that fast break went according to plan.
Yeah, nice job there, Greg. Recognizing the opportunity was there to push it, and then excellent execution.
Now, here's Rose. A look at his stats. He averages a bit over 8 points a game. The wide open look here for DeRozan. The three-pointer is right on target. DeRozan's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. The Pistons trailing. Just over 2.5 minutes played here so far in the first quarter. It's Jennings with the drive. Jackson has the open look. That falls. Great assist by Brandon Jennings.
Back at you. I mean, they immediately get those 3 points back.
Trading spray guns from long range. Trading blows from behind the arc.
Totally lost his defender, broke his ankles, then knocks down the jump.
That was just an amazing play. I mean, you talk about making him reach for thin air. Wow.
Now here's Drummond. 14 points from him the last game against Boston.
Yeah, but the rebounding in that game as well was just tremendous. I mean, he dominated the backboard.
Now the Raptors moving it up. Freak with the ball and finished off by DeRozan.
Boy, the prettiest play in basketball to me. Executed to perfection.
I don't think you're going to get an argument there. Everybody loves the alley-oop.
No doubt about it, unless you're the donkey. Because if you're the dunker, it's great. I don't necessarily appreciate somebody slamming one on the top of my head.
Well, you got to get out from under the hoop if you want to stay away, if you want to stay out of the poster.
Jackson missing again.
Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Yeah, there was definitely some contact there on the three-point attempt.
You have to avoid fouls like that. As a defender, challenge the three-point shooter, but run by him, not into him.
Good on the second free throw. Last one's off, and they'll settle for 2 points. Jennings against Plumlee. And Drummond kicks to Morris. And stolen by Freak. Oh, and here comes Joseph all alone. And it's good. Joseph's got his first basket of the night.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
Very high percentage so far, and if you want to start a game hot, that's the way to do it.
Now here's Jennings. Steady offensive output from him, averaging more than 16 points a game. Here's Drummond. And he can't stop the run as he misses.
Well, the effort was there, but he just couldn't quite fight his way through traffic.
Freak with it. Guarded now by Jackson.
Move the ball. Stick it to him.
Now here's Freak. We saw him go on a scoring rampage last game. And again, Toronto with the triple.
They're really struggling defensively, giving up too many easy buckets.
A great point. Really an embarrassing performance defensively, and the coaching staff can't be happy.
Now here's Jennings. 9 points last game out. Pass to Morris. Inside, Jackson passes to Mann. Shot clock at 6. And Andre Drummond, the bucket on the assist by Morris. Toronto with the ball. They're leading by 8. Pass to Joseph. To the paint. Here's Dedmon. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. The Raptors have made 2 of their previous 3 free throws in today's game. He's off on the first. White, he's checked in for Detroit. He hits the second from the line. 29 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Here is Jennings. They set the pick to the middle. Here's Morris, and that one is stuffed right through.
And guys, that's one of the more basic plays in anybody's playbook, but not to mention also that athleticism.
Yeah.
And what a beautiful way to polish off that sequence. Just strong at attacking the rim.
That just puts a little more momentum on their side, don't you think?
Absolutely.
The defense got to tighten up now. I mean, you can't have the opposing point guard throwing down on you like that.
And the replay, of course, presented by Kia. What a play. Offense, the order of the day as the first quarter comes to a close. The Raptors out in front, up 6. And the second quarter will be on the way when we come back. And that's it. Coach Lionel Hollins known for his no-nonsense style, but he'll tell you he's still got a good sense of humor.
I told them all, you can joke with me, you can laugh at me. I'm not perfect. You'll see me hobbling out there on the court. You'll see me stumble as I'm trying to show you a defensive move. It's fun.
I still don't think that Coach Hollins is anyone to be trifled with. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. Jennings out there with Johnson. Then there's Andre Drummond, and it's Marcus Morris, and it's Cunningham in at the 3 spot. That's the group for Detroit right now. And let's now go to the sideline. We'll catch up here with Doris Burke. Doris?
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Rockets had a huge game. He finished with 51 points, as he usually does, really knocking down shots from beyond the arc. Truly impressive numbers from him in a stellar performance. What a special night.
And thank you, Doris. It was a performance that has to have their upcoming opponents terrified.
Yeah, I think they'll be a little afraid. I mean, anybody who saw that game has to still be in awe of what he was able to do. Just absolutely dominant.
Boy, I tell you, he was in such a rhythm and on a roll. He could have won that game all by himself.
Drummond a screen. Morris outside. It's back to Jennings. 5 on the clock. DeRozan brings the double team. Here's Drummond. Rebound by the Raptors. They've led by as much as 10. Right wing. Here's Freak. And again, Toronto with the triple.
The D with very little pressure on their perimeter shooters. 3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have been of the 3-point variety.
And you need the defense to stop the bleed.
And the foul called on Freak. That's his first foul. Dwayne Dedmon's checked in for the Raptors.
Dwayne Dedmon.
.106 left now here in the second. Johnson the screen. Drummond dishes to Cunningham. 4 on the shot clock. Swiped away. And he lobs it up. It's tipped and stolen by Drummond. Jennings wide open. And again, it's the Pistons missing.
Not able to find it here in the second. He's off stride and off track just a bit after that one he had earlier.
Now here's Freak. He's guarded by Johnson. Here's Freak. Drills the three-pointer. Freak's got 9 points in the quarter.
Wow, what a special special performance this guy's putting on from long range.
Well, that has been his shot today. No ifs, ands, or buts about it.
About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. And the wide open shot from Morris. The shot's good. Jennings making the play. Jennings has got his 4th assist in this one. We've got 13 seconds left to play here in the half. And here's Freak. 1 second left. And no good trying to get that one. And so that's the end of the first half. Raptors lead by 8. And don't go away. We'll be back momentarily. Now the third quarter about to get going. You look at Freak in this game, he has been everywhere.
Offensive juggernaut.
And, you know, in the end, I wouldn't be surprised if we're talking about what a great second half he had, guys. I mean, he can usually keep it going for all 4 quarters.
And on the floor for Dwayne Casey starting the second half. Freak in at shooting guard. He's out there with Rose. DeRozan out there with Jonas Valanciunas. And it's Sloan in at the 4-man position. Jennings kicks to Jackson. Drummond with a screen on Rose. Jennings drives in. Down low. It's stolen by Valanciunas. Goes up. And DeRozan throws it down hard.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
That's exactly the way to do it too, Kevin. Go hard to the bucket and don't let them set up the defense.
Special thanks to Kia for that sweet Kia Slam Cam replay.
Now how about how he sets his man up there, runs him right into the screen, and then gets the basket.
Here's Freak. And count it. 2 points with a chance for one more at the free throw line.
This is why I love his game. You really have to admire his tenacity.
And he'll be shooting his first free throw of the game here.
And he's at nearly 90% from the free throw line this season, so having a terrific year.
You know, there's been some improvement in his free throw shooting this year. His percentage has taken a little jump compared to last season.
Drummond with a screen on Rose. The open shot from Jackson. That falls. Great assist by Brandon Jennings. 14 points for Reggie Jackson. Pulls up on the elbow. Andre Drummond grabs the miss. Drummond's got his 3rd rebound tonight. And it's out of bounds. The Raptors will take it the other way.
And a moment now to look at the numbers for Sloan. First in scoring, first in 3-point field goal percentage, and he's also number 2 league-wide in field goal percentage. You love his ability to score over the top of the defense.
And I tell you what, his scoring ability...
We got to be more physical on defense. They are getting to the middle of the floor way too easy. Get into them on the perimeter. Post. Rotate over and make your presence felt.
And they've just been on a defensive tear. I mean, allowing so few points. And really, I think it's the energy with which they've played.
Rose kicks to Freak. Takes the 3. And again, no good by Toronto.
And so much for repeating the 3-point barrage he put on in the first half. Nothing here in the second.
DeRozan against Jackson. There's the pick. It's back to Jennings. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Into the 3rd we go. 2 minutes in now. Nice fake there to create the shot, but it's no good. Rose kicks to Freak. Screen by Valanciunas. Here's DeRozan. And the Raptors miss again.
Good pick, but he just couldn't make it count.
Yeah, nice job of setting the screen by his teammate there, and I'm sure he appreciated it.
Drummond passes to Jackson. That one off the back iron and out.
You know, they don't score on that shot, but they're going to be happy with those kinds of possessions.
And finished off by DeRozan.
Phenomenal alley-oop slam right there, guys.
They're taking advantage, Clark, of a team that looks lost out there.
Guys, this one is threatening to get really ugly.
Outside Jackson. They set the pick. Drummond a screen. There's Jennings with the three. Again, Jennings missing.
And that's the battle they haven't been winning today. Their work on the glass has been porous, and that's got to change.
Yeah, no question about it. I mean, as they're looking to battle back, that's one of the key elements. You got to rebound.
And it's Valanciunas finishing it off.
And a few more points tacked on to their lead in the cruelest way possible.
You're right. Yeah, those putback jams sting, don't they? My goodness.
Yeah, they really hurt you. I mean, the defense forces a miss and then can't rebound it and finish off the defense. They're hanging their heads in their chest now.
Right, he's checked in for Drummond. Samuel Dallenberg, he's checked in for Drummond. So it's the Pistons now, trailing by 13. Their last game, a win against Boston, looking to carry it into this one.
And how about the game plan that was constructed for that one? I mean, it was apparent how powerless the D was to stop it.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. I mean, they just didn't have an answer for anything they threw at them.
And really, the defense didn't do a lot to fight around that screen on that possession.
5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Dishes it to Joseph. Plumlee with the screen, and Joseph kicks to Freak. Jackson comes over with the double. Just 5 on the clock.
It'll be a jump ball.
So it's Detroit now. From deep. No good. Well, through 3/4 of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. The Raptors out in front. Welcome back as we get ready to start the fourth quarter. Not exactly a nail-biter here, but you never know. Pistons trail by 11. All right, now a chance to set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. Fourth quarter action, all fueled up and ready to go. And Detroit, looking at who they've got. They've got Darrell Wright. Andre Drummond is out there with Marcus Morris. Then there's Reggie Jackson. And it's Johnson in at the 2-guard spot. And the first one at the line is good. And so Jackson nails both of them. Here's Freak. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. First free throw is good.
All right. Stay on it.
And both free throws good from Freak. So it's Detroit now. 11-point game. Outside Jackson. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Jackson's got 4 points this quarter. Freak with it. They set the pick. Gets the three-pointer to fall.
Come on now, let's go.
Freak's got 25 points.
And that's another 3. And if the defense is hoping that they don't heat up from out there like they did in the first half, they may be in for a real bad surprise.
Johnson down low. He kicks it to Drummond. Right outside. 6 to shoot. Fires from 18. Again, the miss by Jackson.
It's a +5 advantage for them in the rebounding category after that board.
Very steady with their work on the interior. Really a well-rounded effort overall.
He muscles it in through the contact, and they call the foul. He's on his way to the free throw line.
How about that one? Able to maintain control and finish the play.
Yeah, we call that playing through the whistle. You know, he didn't give up on it when he heard the whistle. He kept his focus, his concentration, and he found a way to get the shot up and down.
Catching up on the changes for Toronto, Jonas Valanciunas, he's checked in for Plumlee, and Derrick Rose is subbed in for Joseph. Here's Jennings. Here's Drummond, and that one is good with the extra effort on the glass.
The defense has not been able to keep the ball out of the paint at that end of the floor.
And I'd be interested to know just how many of these attempts have come from inside of 5 feet.
It's Freak, top of the key. The steal. Jackson drives in, and it goes as the official calls the foul. Count it. He'll shoot one more at the free throw line.
How about battling through the impact there and then willing that basketball in?
Boy, it does your heart good to see that kind of determination in a player. Really excellent focus that time.
Oh!
Tell you what, he's going to put that one in his scrapbook. Absolutely insane with that dunk.
Well, now they're starting to rub it in, aren't they? Have build up a lead, and here we go, folks. It's showtime.
That was a Kodak moment right there. The more plays they make like that, the more they'll have these guys on the ropes.
They can't guard us on the perimeter. So spread the floor and isolate up top. Spacing, fellas. Spacing.
And let's get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
Hi, Kevin. I was able to hear the advice Lionel Hollins gave to his team during that last break. He is not pleased with the score and implored them to try to make a push right now, saying, "We don't have time, fellas. If we can't make a dent soon, I'll have to pull the plug." Pretty blunt, Kevin. Back to you.
And when the size advantage is as big as it was there, I mean, that's exactly what he's supposed to do in that situation.
And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The scoring breakdown for the Raptors.
You know, one of the big stories has been the three ball. It's been a key part of their offense throughout the game.
Yeah, and something else they've done all through this one is knock down the mid-range jump shot whenever they've had the chance.
Outside Jennings. Kicks it to Drummond from 10 feet out. And the rejection by Valanciunas. And here's Jennings outside. Toronto grabs the miss. Freak's got his 5th rebound in this one.
A slight advantage for them in the rebound department, but that oftentimes is all it takes.
Especially, Greg, when you're scoring the ball at a decent clip the way they have. I mean, they've done exactly what's necessary to take the lead.
Yeah, but you have to love that tough interior defense.
And, Greg, that's exactly what he gives you. I mean, he's constantly making his presence felt around the rim.
So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Yeah, I like that they haven't lost their aggressiveness here in the second, despite being down.
That's exactly when you need to be aggressive, Greg. You know that. I mean, another good job, though, of drawing contact and getting to the free throw line.
Toronto leading by 8. Jacks up a 3. That's good. Freak's got 10 points now just in this quarter.
Don't underestimate him. He can knock that down.
The Pistons have gone 4 of 8 in this 4th quarter, shooting an even 50% from the field. Jennings drives in. Plenty of space. It's hauled in by the Raptors. Valanciunas has got rebound number 5 here tonight. Stolen by Jackson. The feed to Jennings. Drummond with a screen on Rose. Here's Jennings. And again, it's the Pistons missing.
Well, I think he kind of alligator armed that one. Short stroked it. After doing a nice job to get open, he didn't. Finish the shot.
And that's how the coach would draw it up on the fast break from start to finish.
Yeah, and what a finish it was, guys. Really nicely done.
And there's the pass to Jackson. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Jackson's got 13 points here in the second half alone.
Ladies and gentlemen, go Detroit Pistons dancers.
Joseph, he's checked in for Rose. Passes it to Joseph. Raptors moving the ball around. Out to the right wing. Now here's Freak. Guarded closely. Jump shot is good that time. Freak's got 34.
Strong work for him at the offensive end, helping them to maintain that lead.
It's Jennings with the drive, and the rejection by Valanciunas. 1:14 left in the fourth. From 15 feet away, and he wills that one in, sinking right through off the back iron.
And so only one team answered the bell tonight, guys. Not a monster blowout by any means, but still a double-digit victory for Toronto.
And Clark, they really lit it up in this one. Fantastic offensive performance.
Most definitely. They shot the ball extremely well. It's a game to be proud of.
And so taking a look at their record, a nice milestone they'll be picking up tonight. 30 wins on the year now.
And once they polish off this win, they'll be one more victory away from sweeping the season series.
And this isn't one of those mini series either. I mean, this is a 4-gamer. As hard as it is to beat a team 3 times in a row, it's even harder to do it 4 straight.
And beyond the actual result of this game, fans are going to look back and see this was just a monstrous performance for Freak. He was extremely efficient offensively, got good looks, and really knocked down big shots all game long.
26 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Joseph dishes to Freak. There's 14 seconds left to play here in the fourth.
Terrific run to seal the deal.
Yeah, and now let's just keep an eye on how much longer they keep the foot on the accelerator.
Toronto foul. Great shit. That's his 3rd personal foul. Shooting.
That's good from Jennings. And Jennings drops them both. 8 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Now Freak and the miss. And so Toronto takes this one, but by a big margin. This was a very strong showing for him, Greg. Not necessarily a runaway win, but one they'll feel very good about.
And let's face it, anytime you can go on the road and win in the
night.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Welcome back, everybody. Ernie Johnson here along with Shaq and the Jet as we present our Jordan Player of the Game, Freak. He had an outstanding fourth quarter where he really shined, pouring it on heavy down the stretch. And folks, that'll wrap it up for tonight. We hope you enjoyed the game. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. Have a good evening.
lot of competition.
On this episode of NBA 2K TV, we have an interactive special where you guys have the chance to win tons of easy, and we show you what's to come in 2016. Tune in now. You are one of the players that they say is the toughest to challenge in 2K.
To be honest, I haven't really had a lot of competition.
On this week's episode of NBA 2K TV, we have an interactive special where you guys have the chance to and we show you what's to come in 2016. Tune in now. You are one of the players that they say is the toughest to challenge in 2K.
To be honest, I haven't really had a lot of competition.
On this You are one of the players that they say is the top.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Happy New Year, everybody. Hope you're ready for another year of the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm your host, Ernie Johnson. Got Kenny the Jet Smith, and got the big diesel, Shaquille O'Neal. Moments away at Bankers Life Fieldhouse, it'll be the Indiana Pacers going up against the Toronto Raptors. Taking a look at the Raptors, they've been playing at a high level. Over the first half of the season, we've gotten a good sense of what this team is capable of. When they're on, which they have been consistently, they are an excellent unit. Hey, Happy New Year! Happy New Year! This is when we make our resolutions for 2016. I don't really like to make resolutions, guys, but I guess if I had to, I would say I would like to actually dunk one-handed.
Well, Elevator Ernie, you better have a trampoline as part of that fantasy. Well, I don't even think you can dunk donuts in coffee, man. So.
One of the most important monuments in the nation, the War Memorial. There is no better way to start off the new year than with the NBA here on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan along with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony with Doris Burke reporting on the sidelines. We'll see the Indiana Pacers defending home turf in the Eastern Conference. This, their first look at this year's Toronto squad. They were blanked in this matchup a season ago. No wins in 3 tries. They'll try to improve on that dismal record here.
And they lost the season series against this squad last year, so trying to bounce back here tonight.
Yeah, and 2 mid-tier teams trying to get a leg up in the conference, guys. We'll see what happens.
Let's check out Toronto's starting lineup. Freak in a 2-guard. He's out there with Rose. DeRozan out there with Jonas Valanciunas. And it's Sloan in at the power forward position. Here's George. Can't hit. Now Toronto takes it the other way. They put up a nice win against Detroit the last time out.
And they ran their offense nearly to perfection in that one. Very few possessions were wasted.
Yeah, they put the mute button on them that time. I mean, in front of a hostile crowd, they never let the fans get going. They silenced them over and over again with big, timely shots.
And here's George. Following the three-pointer by Freak. Clock at 6. Here's Stuckey. Good.
And he's starting to get what he wants here early and often. Nice move.
A little over a minute gone here in the first quarter. Rose kicks to Freak. Back to Rose. Stuckey brings the double team, and it's going to be out of bounds. The Pacers will take it. Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
Earlier, I spoke with Frank Vogel. He told me there aren't many big men with the mobility and length of Jonas Valanciunas, and that he's a player they'll really have to account for, saying, quote, JV's still developing his skill set, but there just aren't that many people in the world of his size. And you factor in his motor, he can really impact a game. Guys, we'll see how they try to deal with him.
Thanks a lot, Doris. Now here's Stuckey. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. And here's the fast break. Rose leading the way. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
Hard to get that one off with the size difference there. That makes it a tough individual matchup for him, especially down low.
Well, took on the big guys going in there and challenging them like he did. But boy, that was a nice job.
Here's George. Following the score by Derrick Rose. He was all alone on that one.
I don't know. Maybe they're still working out the kinks on D because that clearly was a breakdown.
Outside DeRozan. He dishes it to Valanciunas. Feeds to Freak. Young with the steal. George passes to Johnson. Here's Young. A quick shot there, and it's off target. Raptors leading by 4. Now here's Freak. Last game out, we saw him pour in 42.
And early on, they look great. They've made all 4 of their shots to start this game.
Young outside. George sets a screen for Young. Pass to George. And it's in after a nice bounce off the right side. George has got his second bucket of the night.
It's been a very efficient first quarter for him. He's creating good opportunities and converting those that he creates.
And that one's good. Freak.
Boy, has he put his foot on the pedal here this quarter. He's doing a terrific job in terms of leading their offense.
Now, here is Young. He had 10 points in the win against Houston.
And what I enjoyed when watching that game was the way he balanced getting his shot and also incorporating his teammates.
Another miss by Young. Last outing for Indiana. They won that game against the Rockets in Houston.
Their percentage from long range in that game was off the charts. It seemed like anytime the fans got a little hostile, they just started to take it up a notch from beyond.
The bombs were really falling, weren't they? I mean, great shooting, especially when you consider it was on the road.
Here we go, Pacers fans.
I think Doris Burke Now, Doris?
Yes, Kevin, Dwayne Casey was just going over the plan with his team. He said their plan was run their offense through Freak. On the days when he gets going, he can be a huge contributor, and Coach is obviously hoping this is going to be one of those days. We'll be watching how these adjustments work. Kev, there's still a lot of time left in this game.
All right, Doris.
You know, they don't score on that shot, but they're going to be happy with those kinds of possessions.
Dishes to Plumlee. And DeRozan kicks to Freak. This one for three. And again, Toronto with the triple.
That's a dozen straight points coming off the triple.
Yeah, Greg, you know, they're having free reign from beyond the arc. The defense is just not there.
There's 1:26 left to play here in the first. And again, Toronto with the triple.
And how about the last 5 made shots have all been threes? The defense is just giving up a barrage.
Most teams get the message to cover shooters after 1 or 2 wide open looks at the three-point shot, but it seems like they have just not figured it out.
And here is Hill, following the three-pointer by Freak, looking to end the run, misses the layup.
The struggles just continue this quarter. They can ill afford to have this many empty possessions.
No good on the triple. Pacers trail by 17. Kicks it to Miles. And there's the feed to Tha-Prodigy. The drive by Hill. And there's the pass to Miles. Shot clock at 6. Villanueva dishes to Miles. Hill has the open look. Offensive rebound, Pacers. Young with the ball. Now defended by Freak. Outside Hill. Passes to Young. Miles, that's for 2. And that one's on target from the wing. Miles has got his first 2 points of the night. Now Freak. Plumlee with the screen. Here's Freak. And that's not going to go. And as we conclude the first quarter, a one-sided game so far. Raptors lead by 15. After this break, we'll be back with the start of the second quarter. And Amir Johnson re-signed in Toronto. He's been a big part of this team for years, and he took... A lot of fans south of the border in the U.S. are surprised when they learn how passionate, Clark, the fans in Toronto can be.
You know, Kevin, that's so true. I mean, when they get it going at the Air Canada Center, that place rocks. And it's great to hear Amir talk about how that pumps him up and makes him want to do it for Canada.
And welcome back. It's been all one-sided so far through the first quarter as our second quarter gets underway. And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the Raptors?
Guys, they are dialed in from beyond right now. They didn't waste any time getting into a groove in this game.
Something else they've done right so far from the get-go tonight is run. I mean, so much of their offense has come off the fast break.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. On the court right now for the Pacers. Rodney Stuckey out there with Hill. Then it's Paul George. Then it's Johnson. And it's Turner in at the 5, roaming the paint. The Pacers shooting their first free throws of the game on this trip to the line.
Taking 2 shots.
He hits the second from the line. And here's Rose. He gives a bit of a scoring lift to the team, averaging 8 points a game. Here's Freak. And again, Toronto with the triple.
Defensively, they just look out of sync, not closing out on the threes in time.
Well, I think they're getting caught in that in-between zone, no man's land, giving up 3 straight from beyond the arc right now.
Pass to Stuckey. Lets the 3 fly. And it's Freak with the rebound.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
DeMar DeRozan on the wing. Screened by Valanciunas. Freak passes to DeRozan. His first shot coming late. No luck. Pacers trail by 18. Stuckey drives inside. Hill, no good.
Oh, tight defense being played right there. Got right up on him and force the miss.
Textbook work. Close enough to bother the shot. Good challenge, but disciplined enough to avoid too much contact.
And Doris Burke has something for us. Hey, Doris.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Pistons was just phenomenal. He finished with 42 points, and he got there with his usual way. Just an impressive barrage of threes. Absolutely amazing numbers from him in what was truly a memorable performance for him and for us, Kevin.
Appreciate it, Doris. Thanks. Well, we've seen a lot of great players have a lot of great games, but that was something special.
And I love that no matter what.
So an entirely new group in now for Indiana. Vitor Tha-Prodigy's checked in for Turner. Villanueva comes in for Johnson. C.J. Miles, he's checked in for Solomon Hill. Young is subbed in for Rodney Stuckey. Screen by Young. Plumlee against Villanueva. Score the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt. Toronto leading by 19. Freak with it. He's got 27. And it's slammed in by Plumlee.
And doing some dirty work on the offensive glass.
And then fouls it up, Greg, with heavy-duty jam on his mind with a terrific putback.
Got a pigeon on that one. Easy money right there, fellas. Going old school on you young fellas. Look that up, pigeon.
It's Young on the wing, looking for his first basket still in this one. Screen by Villanueva. Left side, George. 5 on the clock. And the shot no good, a bit short.
The defense needs to play tight on him, and that's exactly what they did to force that miss. Well done.
Freak. Oh, and he just knocked down the buzzer beater.
And he beats the buzzer to end the quarter.
Terrific shot there. I mean, he was calm, he was poised, didn't rush it at all. You got to tip your hat to him. That was well done.
And so a pretty lopsided game through the first half.
Well, Coach Vogel.
And now, let's hear it for your Pace.
Welcome back. The calendar has flipped over, and so have we, into the second half of our broadcast.
Talk about a terrific game for Freak. He has 29 points, and talk about the three ball for him. Wow, unbelievable from long distance.
Clark, there have been some fireworks from deep today. It's dangerous out there.
And so here is Indiana. So the Raptors 5 right now. Freak in at shooting guard. He's out there with Derrick Rose. Jonas Valanciunas is out there with DeRozan. And it's Sloan in at the power forward. Stuckey drives inside. Can't make good off the pick.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Yeah, double-digit advantage on the scoreboard. They've taken the initiative. They've played, I think, with more purpose so far.
Outside Turner. Johnson outside. He kicks it to Young. They set the screen. Shot clock at 5. And it's good. While through contact, it's the shot. He'll go to the free throw line.
How about the concentration? He gets hit but stays with the play and gets the finish.
Innovation and improvisation right there, Greg. Finding a way to get that shot to fall after taking the contact.
Here's Freak. Good work defensively by Stuckey.
And that's the shot he has to take.
Exactly. That's the right look. The decision was good. He just didn't execute.
Off target from outside.
Boy, I tell you what, the complexion of this game would be completely different if he'd shot the ball anything like he's capable of.
And that one's good. Freak.
What a competitor, Kevin. He's been looking for a shot all game long, and he's really shouldered the load for them offensively.
Timeout charge to the Pacers.
Start it.
They can't guard us on the perimeter. Let's spread the floor and isolate up top. Spacing, fellas. Spacing.
Doris Burke has an update for us. Doris?
I was able to listen in on what Frank Vogel had to say to his team. He made it clear that their offense needed to run through Paul George. Coach emphasized getting him as many touches as possible, saying he is going to be one of the guys to carry us the rest of the way. Coach was not wasting any time in altering their strategy here in the second half. And Kevin, he's going to have to hope those changes take effect quickly.
And as always, Doris, thank you. Let's have a look at some league leaders from the last 10 games. Here are the highest scoring point guards in the NBA during that time. Freak, number 1.
And you can't say enough about the value of a player like him. I mean, who can attack a defense in so many different ways from the point.
Exactly. It's just not his ability to distribute the basketball. I mean, it's the scoring punch that he provides as well. That's, to me, what makes him special as a dual-threat point guard.
And he gets it to go.
That shot becomes effortless for him when the D is so relaxed. They've got to get more intense.
Back to Rose. Here's Freak. And a clear foul there as he shot the triple. He'll go to the line for 3 free throws.
Yeah, good job trying to get a hand in the face, but you've got to be more careful.
Especially on the three-point attempt. I mean, you have to defend that shot without fouling. Now you give a guy 3 free throws.
And Toronto making a change here. Dedmon's checked in. And he makes all 3. The Pacers have gone 3 of 5 to start the second half, developing a nice rhythm out there. And Young kicks to Hill. He feeds it to Turner. The dish to Stuckey. Back to Turner. They double him with Freak. 5 to shoot. To the paint. And Turner with the basket on the assist by Stuckey. That's 7 points for Miles Turner.
And that's the kind of lead pass we've come to expect from him.
DeRozan dishes to Freak. Here's Dedmon. Turner covering. And he hits it and gets hacked on the play. A 3-point possibility if he can convert the free throw.
What a top-notch game he's having. He's gotten them in front, and it sure seemed like he's going to keep them there. All by himself, it looks like.
Right, he's checked in for Derrick Rose.
He's done a much better job of getting to the line here. Aggressively taking it inside and not shying away from contact. I thought he was settling a bit in the first.
Johnson the screen. Turner with a screen on right. Stuckey passes to Hill. It's stolen by DeRozan. And here we go. Freak heading to the hoop. Rips down the breakaway slam.
Well, there you go. One team operating on all cylinders at either end, steals, fast break buckets, and the other team scrambling to find its game.
Great point. I mean, that aggression has allowed them to just create a lot of havoc, and boy, are they taking advantage.
Here's the screen. Here's Turner. Here's Stuckey. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Stuckey's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
4 of their last 5 makes came off of a high-quality shot inside.
Textbook. Really, when you look at how they're playing, they are having their way down low.
Young with the ball. Out defended by Freak. Johnson in the corner. Stuckey outside. Feeds to Young. Kicks it out to Johnson. 4 on the shot clock. Stuckey for 3. And Indiana, another 3.
Okay, that's more like it. A nice job here in the second. Their field goal percentage is way up compared to what they did in the first half, where they shot a very low percentage. It actually was just above 30%.
And Turner with the block, and they're able to recover. And Wright kicks to Dedmon. And Young comes over to help. Goes back up. And the jumper is on the mark. 6 points for DeMar DeRozan.
And that's sort of been the story here today, hasn't it?
And now, let's hear it for your East Base.
Here's where Toronto sits right now in the league rankings. 1st in field goal percentage. 1st in 3-point shooting. And they're also number 1 in free throw shooting. A A team that makes foul shots gives itself and its coaching staff a lot of confidence.
You said it all right there. The hottest shooting team in the league. And that tells you not only are they shooting it well, but they're also focused on creating terrific opportunities for one another.
Catching up on the changes now for Indiana. Vitor Favarani's checked in for Turner. Villanueva comes in for Johnson. And it's C.J. Miles in for Rodney Stuckey. And it's Miles missing.
And that'll increase their rebound advantage. They've definitely been winning that battle on the board.
You know what? No rebounds, no rings, and they've controlled the boards, and that's what's given them control of this game.
And the foul called on Freak. That's foul number 2 for him. George is checked in for Hill. Off the inbound, and it's George finishing it off.
I'll tell you what a good thing that he showed up today, because without him, this thing would already be over.
Here's Freak, and he says right back at you with a big dunk of his own.
And how's that for some ups coming from that one?
Well, he is a rarity among NBA point guards in his ability to elevate.
Yeah, his athletic ability, guys, is really what takes him a notch above most players at his position.
Here's Miles, and he jams it with authority.
Really good awareness right there on the assist.
Raptors leading by 23. Here's Freak, and that one's good. Freak's got 46 points.
Oh, it's scary because he's just been a matchup nightmare in this game. He's eaten up anybody they've thrown at him.
2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Villanueva with a screen on DeRozan. George dishes to Favarani. Plumlee with the rebound. Now here's Freak, defended by Young. Now here's Freak. That will count. He hits the shot at the very last second.
Goodness.
Woo!
The pressure on him in those circumstances was massive.
Oh, man.
What pressure?
Come on with it.
DJ Khaled. And thanks again for joining us. Let's see what happens here in the fourth. So an entirely new group in now for Indiana. Turner's checked in for Vitor Favarani. Johnson comes in for Charlie Villanueva. Hill, he's checked in for Glenn Robinson III. Rodney Stuckey subbed in for Rogers. The Raptors also changing it up. Sloan's checked in, and Freak subbed in for Joseph. Solomon Hill is out there with Johnson. Then there's C.J. Miles. Then it's Turner, and it's Stuckey in at the 1. That's the Pacers' 5. Shot clock at 2. That one goes. Count it.
And you like to see since the half now, he's finally starting to come around.
The Raptors have gone 3 of 7 from the floor in the fourth. That's a 42% mark in the quarter. Freak. And the Raptors miss again. Indiana's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Stuckey with it. Now defended by Freak. And that's out of bounds. Indiana will retain possession.
Remains Indiana ball. Checking in for your Pacers. Grady.
And we're about 3 minutes into the fourth quarter. They double in with Freak. For 3, Hill. Toronto grabs the miss.
Not only is their lead big, but their advantage on the boards is huge, too.
They've been the aggressors, plain and simple, outworking them, fighting for every loose ball.
Johnson kicks to Miles. Outside Hill. Indiana moving it around. Offline with his 3. Toronto's gotten off 4 three-pointers in the final quarter, and 2 of them have fallen. And it's Freak missing.
I think he was surprised by how much space he had there and just rushed the shot a little bit.
Hill, and 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one, drawing the whistle on a lot of contact there. And a look now at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Raptors.
What a tremendous showing from the three-pointer all through this game.
Another thing they've done tonight is work the ball into the paint for plenty of those close-range points. You got to have those.
The Pacers making a switch here. Villanueva's checked in. He hits one and misses one, each at the line. Raptors shooting 61%, showing all the indications of an offense that is locked in. And that one's good. Freak.
He shot the ball exceptionally well as they've built this lead for themselves here.
And Indiana shooting just 39% from the field, struggling to find that net. Pass to Turner. Free throw line jump shot. And the shot is good, dropping in off the front of the rim.
They're on track here in the second half after their less than impressive first half. I mean, I think they came out with some tired legs to start, but they've turned it around. They found some energy, and they look a lot more active and engaged. These defenders had better start closing out on those shooters.
That's 2 in a row, and we call that a streak.
The floater, he takes it up and plays it in.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness, Greg. I mean, if they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
Dishes it to Villanueva. No one near him. Toronto grabs the miss. Freak's got 4 rebounds now tonight.
Their game plan needs to change if they're going to get out of this hole because he is just not there offensively.
Misses the 3.
Good pick, but he just couldn't make it count.
Yeah, nice job of setting the screen by his teammate there, and I'm sure he appreciated it.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just a total obliteration, if you will, and you can safely say mission accomplished now for Toronto.
Agreed, Steve, and as one-sided as it gets today. You know, Clark, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
You're right, Kevin. It's hard to think of anything that didn't go right for them. I mean, game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was spot on.
And so taking a look at their season record, this will be win number 31 on the year.
They can chalk this one up, but these two teams will see plenty more of one another before the season's over.
And, Greg, we know familiarity breeds contempt. I would expect things to become more heated as these teams face each other going forward.
A fantastic show. And what an amazing all-around game it was for Freak. Every time he shot it, it seemed like it was going to drop in. And if it didn't, everyone was surprised.
Raptors foul.
Reach it.
That is his 3rd personal foul. Shooting for
The first one falls.
at the line for 2.
And so he makes both from the line. Here's the 3. No good. And so Toronto takes this one, but by a big margin. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was dismantled.
You know what? Shocking. I don't care what the matchup is. You never expect a road team to come in and just cruise to the kind of win they did.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Welcome back, Ernie Johnson along with Shaq and Kenny the Jet. Let's quickly move forward now to the presentation of our Jordan player Freak. It was nothing short of a professional offensive clinic he put on today. He hit shots from every place he took them, and he took a lot of them to score more than 50 points.
He had a...
And folks, that's it for us. Thank you for tuning in. Always a pleasure. For Kenny the Jet Smith, for Shaquille O'Neal, this is Ernie Johnson. Have a great night.
I haven't really had a lot of competition.
On this week's episode of NBA 2K TV, we have an interactive special where you guys have the chance to win tons of